Glad y'all here with us to start this day. You know what I'm saying? We got the big homie Hutch. He's going to call in. He's going to talk to us about this new album that he got dropped on a digital joint. Only God Can Judge Me. You know what I'm saying? Dude, big fan of this dude. Above the Law, VSOP, Black Superman. You know what I mean? It's a nice little show that we got here tonight. So I'm just glad everybody's here chilling, filing in. Appreciate all you motherfuckers out there in the chat rooms, turning it up. People out there in Twitter land and all y'all people fucking with this movement that we got with Smoke a Lot Radio. Also want to say what's happening to my man John B out there, John Bird. He's actually in the building tonight, representing Cyrus Radio. So you know what I'm saying. I just want to let people know that other people is watching and listening and taking note of does. So big shout out to the Cyrus family out there for chilling, taking notes and listening and see what we got going on. So, you know, without further ado, I'm going to put the co-host, not co-host, he's one of the hosts that fucks with it heavy, you know what I'm saying? Big Cuzzo Fly in the building. Fly guy, what's Happening, bro? Happy Monday, whole day.
Hello. You feel me, Pippy do? You know, I'm back. You know, I was absent last Monday, man. I want to know if my mom's had a heart attack, and she got through that. You know, the surgery was good. She had a couple stents put on her, on her heart, man.
Yeah.
And I want to let everybody know. Thank y'all for, all the little tweets and the texts I got. If I didn't get back to people and respond, most definitely thank you now. You know, it was a scary time, but I appreciate y'all. Most definitely a lot of support from Yuckmouth and the family and KZ and the whole Regime family, so I appreciate everything. And I just wanted to start the show off with telling y'all thank you, man. You know, you too, man, because you gave me that personal call. You know, you hit me on Twitter and you call me and you text me, so I appreciate that too. You know, she got through it. She doing better. Everything good, man. And we blessed, man. And we back smoking, baby.
Yeah. Shout out to Cuzzo Fly. Shout out to Cuzzo Fly moms, you know what I'm saying, for being that soldier like she is, man, handling hers, you know what I mean, doing it up. So that's always good to hear, bro.
I appreciate it. And on that note, let me give you this one. It's like bop, 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 bop. A little shout of that DSOP. Everything is fine.
Man, you know,
with your homie, a little bit of DSOP. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't start the show off with that. I was like, you gonna start it off with that. Bop, 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 bop. That's the song. Give me a minute, I'm gonna remember that whole song. Everything is fine when you're riding with your homie and you're chilling with DSOP.
You feel me?
Give me a minute.
Put him up on game with that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm just saying, I wasn't even drinking VSOP. I'm the type of nigga. See, that's when like the music was like really like you had to go to music to get your sources of information. And different things. And, back then I was a young nigga. I'm like, I heard the song. I'm like, VSOP, huh? Let me go in there. Steal me a bottle. I couldn't go ask for it then because I wasn't old enough to buy it. So we used to make liquor store runs, you feel me? And that day, I heard that song. I'm like, okay, today I'm finna go ahead and steal some of that. Everything is fine when you're chilling with your homie. You got a little VSOP.
Man,
I'm like,
that's classic. And I'm like you. I was a young nigga, so I was like, I was always watching that video because, that shit used to always come on.
Oh, yeah, that shit came on heavy. That shit came on heavy. Always, because they had that beat that.
Yeah, bruh. That shit was no doubt, you know what I'm saying? And I think I got Hutch on as soon as he calls right back, because I think he was on and dropped off and then called again. So as soon as I see that area code, I'm gonna put him on. But yeah, the dude got a new album out. Only God Can Judge Me. That was the Lord Have Mercy. That's the slap off the new album, you know what I'm saying? Dude's back at it like a crack addict getting it in, you know what I mean? So, definitely we're going to spin some new joints. We're going to definitely take a trip down to Above the Law memory lane and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, fuck with somebody that's been fucking with this business for over 20 years, bro. That's a long time, boy.
Oh, man, that's a blessed time for a nigga to still be able to be doing it and then just to still be around. I know he probably got little ones and youngins. And got to watch them grow and be able to support and feed the fam off of the thing you love to do the most, man. And 20 years doing it, that's past a blessing.
That's major. And I think we got Yeah, and I think we got the big homie on the air right now. Big Hutch in the building. Hutch.
Yeah, like pop. That's the sound of the heater when the ill stuff jump. Okay, then what? Talk to me, man. I'll talk back. What's going on? What it is? Okay. Talk to me, man. So you heard me here. You heard me. I was like, man, I said, you give me a minute. I'm the nigga that bop. That's the sound of the, okay. Yeah. What's good, man? What's good? How you doing, man? Thanks for calling in. Oh, man, thanks for having me on, man. You know, it's love, man. What's the word, man? Holla, talk to me. I talk back, man. Oh, man, well, shit, we gonna start it off like this. What you got going on? And let the people know, because we got a lot of listeners, all different age brackets and every day, so just give them a quick history, who y'all is. I'm Big Hutch, a.k.a. Code 187 from the notorious ass of Brother Law. You know, Black Mafia, you know, the original ruthless killer, you know what I mean? Understand me? You know, just, you know, right now, man, you know, just trying to get it in, man, with this new digital download album, man, Only God Can Judge Me, you know, lacing y'all up with the final touches on the Brother Law album, you know what I mean? Victims of Global Politics, so, you know, we doing the same thing, you know? So, it's all love, man.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and if people don't know, they definitely got to fuck with that Only God Can Judge Me, the new album that's dropped by the homie Hutch. And, hey, before I even talk about that album, man, like, I mean, how you doing? Like, I mean, you know, just because, I mean, we just started off with the slap, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord Have Mercy joint, and that thing bang, like, real heavy. It kind of gives us that classic feeling, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? How you feeling about everything in general now with the whole industry shit?
One thing I think the industry lacks, man, is people doing they self, man. You know, I think we started to get too much into, you know, and I say it collectively because I think it's the artist's responsibility to always keep, you know, creative, you know, integrity, you know, for what they're creating and sit back and stay with their guns in their hands. You know what I'm saying, and 10 toes, you know, toes to the ground, you know what I mean, and stand on it, you know. And that's how I really feel. I just feel like a lot of corporate is getting involved in a lot of the processing of these records, and that's not fair, you know what I mean. But it's our fault, you know, as artists, we got to take a stand. You know, it's why I wanted to make a record like Only God Can Judge Me is because of that. You know, that's why I'm doing the total independent thing, you know, as far as I go into the lab and, you know, I just slump like I always slump, you know what I mean? And I don't really care about what the industry talk is for, you know, the people who always supported me and for the new cats who need to be enlightened with their real slump, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what cats fall off. We all try to fit into a certain theme that's going on when we selling art. You know, when you're doing art, which is hip-hop is art, whatever you may come from, LA, the Bay, New York, down south, whatever, it's all about the art factor. You know what I mean? So if we not focusing on that, if we listening to this executive that don't even know how to turn on the drum machine, hey, we going to lose all the time, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, for real, man. I mean, that's just how I feel about the industry. I'm not in a conversation that's, you know, or at liberty to say, hey, who's dope or who's whack. But then I am able to come and bust people across the head with some real hardcore shit and let them know, hey, this is what you need to be following. Yeah. So back, I got a question. So back in the times, down south in that area, was L.A. was making all the noise. L.A. was making all the noise. Y'all from Pomona, California, right? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So how did y'all, in that point in time, just was able to just like, nigga, fuck that, nigga, we want in? Well, you know, because the thing about it is at the time that we first dropped was the fact that, you know, it was a lot of East Coast stuff that was winning for real. And what we kind of focused on is we just kind of focused on doing things from a global aspect. We never thought about making records from a regional standpoint. Like now, if you look at the game, people make regional records. Like South Cats, they make records for the South. You know, when we were making records at Ruthless, we kind of made records that was general records. We talked about gangster shit. We talked about hustling, you know, coming up hard, you know, just the current event type of shit that worked everywhere. So when we got down south, we actually bred
them talking about they wards and they traps and, you know, all that, because we was talking about hood shit, be it if you came from Compton, Pomona, wherever, Oakland, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You know how I get, you know what I'm saying? But that's how we kind of built up the market for the West Coast, you know, by just talking about what we were doing and, you know, making it on a level of quality, because back then, you know, everything was like a boom and a bap. We started putting the melody and the harmony to hardcore gangster shit. Then you got G-Funk, and all of that emerged, you know what I mean? So that's how we got in the game, by just saying, okay, we going to be different. And at the time, being different was accepted. You know, like right now, being different is kind of weird to people, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a record like the last three cats, you kind of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Back then, it's like, hey, if you didn't make it different than the last cat, you got this, homie. You was a biker, homie. You know? So,
that's why I think, and that's why I think the game, and that's why I think you know, the game was so fresh and so raw, because you did have everybody else in they own lane bringing it to the table different. You know what I mean? Now it's man. Like you said, it's like we got too many motherfuckers in the same lane, and you know, I could never understand that to this day, bro. Like, I know money is the root of it all, and you want to get exposure, this, that, and the other, but goddamn, what happened to the you know, the different kind of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? With your own shit.
Think about it, homie. It takes you to the first point I just said about hip hop today, is that it's corporate driven. When you gotta realize, when we first started making records, just say we would bring a record in the Priority Records, right? We bring a record in the Priority Records. Priority Records didn't really know how to A&R our record. They didn't know what we was talking about. Say we bring a record to Sony. Sony didn't really know, but one thing they knew is it was dollars and cents. You dig what I'm saying? So now you got these cats, they formulated all these records now, and they formulated a plan to say, this type of record is what's going to make this star get this much exposure. It's going to make him get ringtones. It's going to make him do this. So now, when something is formulated, what is it like? It's like pop music now. Sing this song like this, had this type of beat, had this particular producer, then you on the radio, now you package it, now you got a ringtone. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like it was back then, because they didn't have a formula. Only reason why music is taking a fall in urban, because they formulated. Hip-hop was on the free-forming style of music that's so bigger than all of the type of music that was formulated. Because think about it. Let's just say you rap and you put on a jazz loop. It's still going to be hip-hop, right? Let's just say you rap and you put on a rock and roll loop. It's still going to be hip-hop, right?
Right.
Let's just say you rap and put some strings, some orchestra, some classical stuff to it. It's still going to be hip-hop, right? Now, if you take any other type of music and play rock over it and play a saxophone, what is it? It's jazz, right?
Right.
If you put rock and roll, if you put a singer on rock, it's rock and roll, right?
Right.
We were the only form of music that was free forming. We could go from jazz to rock and roll to classical, and it still be the same format of music. So tell me this: how 20 years later are these people able to come in and formulate our form of music that we built off of it being free forming? You can't. You're gonna lose all the time, because it's an organic. It's an organic style of music, dog. When you formulate it, you what? You lose the quality of it, right? When you lose the quality of something, what you lose? The sales.
That's real shit. Nobody gonna want a person. Like that boy Dizel say, the product on Blue Magic, the shit says Blue Magic. You don't need to cut it up. You don't need to say fine. The way the product that nigga, he said, if you gonna do that, nigga, change the man. I don't give a fuck you call it Red Magic, Blue Magic. Don't call it Blue Magic. You know what I'm saying? He said, that boy say, I got a stamp on my shit, and I stand by it. So now you fucking it up. Now people don't want to buy it because it's killing motherfuckers off. It ain't good quality.
That's right.
That's why niggas got to look at shit. That Dizel said that shit in American Gangster. That boy like, nigga, he told her.
And it's just, and you saying, homie, from a hustler's point of view, it's common sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Because if a nigga got kush all day, nigga.
Call it authentic. You can't dilute something and call it authentic. That's it.
Man, that ain't kush, cuz. That is not kush, my bro.
There you go.
You feel me? Nigga just give you some shit, man.
We smoking it. Hey, homie, we smoking it, but we ain't getting high.
Nah, yeah, for real. Boy, you told me this was that platinum bubba, bro. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I'm not coming to buy shit from you no more, bro. I'm good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But you know, hip-hop, man, you know, we moving forward, man, but the majority of it, we hustling backwards because we don't really understand about being authentic. Like, young cats, they come up and they think, like, you know, I'm not this veteran rapper that's bitter. I like what young cats is doing. What I want them to understand is that it's a history with this shit, and you got to do your research before you start standing up talking about, oh, I'm this, and I'm the king of this, and I'm regulating this. You know, Tupac, he never called himself no king. He just smashed the game. He never said, oh, I'm a king. He just smashed on everybody, you know?
That's
and these dudes come out now, and they brand themselves to the point to where when the bright lights is on, they ain't even up to par like that, dog. They got one hot record maybe that sold 1 million ringtones. You know what I mean? And then you listen to 3 songs on the album, it's like, who is this dude? He sound like 8 other motherfuckers that I just bought, you know? You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt. Big Hutch on Smoking Loud Radio right there with Fly Brand and the listeners. And one of the things with the Only God Could Judge Me album is, like, you know, everything was, as far as production and how that shit was laid out, I mean, that was 100% you, right? Because I know you wanted to, to me, I think you've always been one of them dudes when it comes to the production part of it, like, you know, you right up there with, you know, the greats, you know what I mean? But I tend, like you said about history just a second ago, a lot of people tend to not know that, you know what I mean? Like, this dude is an ill producer, beat maker, all this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't know that I was the producer for Above the Law. You know, I produced everything. I bought Above the Law, the Ruthless Records, you know, you know, along with, you know, Laylaw introducing me to Dr. Dre and Eazy-E, and you know what I was doing. So I ended up coming up under Dr. Dre's wing when I was like 19, 20 years old, learning how to make hip-hop records, because I came from the aspect of, I'm a musician by heart. You know what I mean? I play trumpet, piano, bass guitar. So I came in with, you know, in the late 80s, you know, when hip-hop took over, you know, I was in that pack spot, you know what I'm saying, getting my money and shit. I started doing the MC thing, you know what I mean? But I always was a music guy. So by the time I got up to Ruthless in 88, 89, I already had formulated the sound of Above the Law, how we wanted to do it, you know, collectively with my crew. And then I went on and I wrote in the Ghost for NWA. And then I created, and then along with Above the Law, we created the G-Funk sound, which ended up being being integrated into the Chronic record, you know, because I worked with Dre, you know, at Ruthless, and I understudied with him, you know.
Right.
And that's how I started emerging as a producer. But when Dre left, I was a house producer. I overseen everything. Even when Bone came, even though Unique didn't produce it, I was Eazy-E's liaison at that time because I was the cat that stayed there with the ear, you know. And then I produced a bunch of soundtracks, you know, so on and so on, you know what I mean? But the thing about me is that when I came up, Eazy had me rap so tight and doing records with him and the rest of the stuff at Ruthless and developing a few things that I never had to worry about saying, hey, I produce, like cats now, they want to brand themselves as a producer. That's great. But I never had to worry about that. You know what I mean? I always was able to say, okay, I had Cocaine. I brought Cocaine to the table, you know, when he was a youngster. He developed his whole sound, you know, through Above the Law and everything. And a lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people think Cocaine came up through Snoop. He came up through us. You know, I developed the whole funk, the George Clinton fusion, jazz, melody, rhythm, all that whole little R&B type of feel, funk feel. We developed that when we worked on a record called Funk Up on a Rhyme at Ruthless. It was his first Cocaine title record, but before that we worked on a record called Who Am I, which was on Sony, which it has the hit off of Deep Cover called Nickel Slick Nigga. You know, so I produced a lot of records. I was helping develop Snoop until he went over to Death Row. Then when I went over to Death Row, you know, I produced and music supervised Tupac's record right after he died, which was Until the End of Time. You know, the first record he put out after he passed, I did that record. You know, I mean, just a list of things I've written with E40. You know, a lot of stuff cats don't know. So you're right, Pimmy. You know what I mean? A lot of cats don't know a lot of stuff I've done, but I never looked at it like it. For me, it's like the work, you know? And I love music because I grew up as a musician. You know, my dad was a writer on Motown. My uncle's Willie Hutch, who did the Mac. You know, Foxy Brown, all those soundtracks. My dad co-wrote on that. My dad wrote for the Miracles, the Commodores, and the Jacksons. So I come from a musical family. So for me, it wasn't like, oh, I need props. It's like a lot of these producers, they loop shit, and then I need props like, you know, Kanye West, say he's like the next he say he's like the next not Barry Gordy, but Quincy Jones. But Quincy Jones is a musician and he orchestrated his own stuff. He didn't loop shit from the 60s. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So come on, you can't be that. You know, a lot of my stuff is my original compositions. Like when you hear stuff on my record, I either replayed it, you know what I'm saying, or I either remade it, or it's straight from from channel from God out to me, through a nice little kush. You know what I mean? In the studio, we doing our thing. You know what I mean? You understand me now? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, when cats say that, I got to be careful because I think cats do that to market themselves and brand themselves. For me, I never had an approach like that, dog. So I always did it for the love of the music. Of course, a check, but I always did it for the love of the music, homie. And
see, that's why a lot of this shit nowadays is lost. Like you said, I mean, I ain't hating on Kanye for what he do. He do what he do. But if you reaching out saying that you the next Quincy Jones, when you got this guy right here, Hutch, and you got Dre, and you got a lot of people using live instruments, DJ Quick for one, people that's using live instruments and doing all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to boast in. Yeah, you don't have to boast and brag about this shit. You know what I mean? This is just art. Like you said, at the end of the day, it's all art, bruh.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not at the gallery. I'm not at the gallery reading a bunch of books and talking about painting. You know what I mean? I study music most of my life, like really study music. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Most of my childhood was studying music, homie, besides hustling. You know what I mean? I studied music for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get these cats with this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to label myself so you can think I'm something, oh, yeah, I am. No, you're not. Come on, dog. You just a dude that got caught a break, homie. I mean, I respect people's success. Don't get it wrong. I'm not no cat like that. I'm no hater. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like when people start late. I never will say I'm Quincy Jones. How could I do that? You know what I mean? How could I do that? You know what I mean? I never could say I'm even Willie Hutch, even though that's why I call myself Big Hutch now, to protect my family legacy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I could never even say that. You know what I mean? So
no doubt. Now I feel where you coming from, bro, because it's and Fly, this too, man. Being in this business for as long as you've been in here too, Fly. Fly don't walk around saying I'm the next, the next artist to blow, or I'm the next this or this.
I tell niggas I'm the wackest nigga out, bro. My shit hella whack. You niggas dope as shit. All you niggas is raw as fuck. You niggas is gassing me, my nigga. I go around and tell niggas how tight they is. I'm whack, bro. I ain't got nothing on y'all. You feel me, right? That's what I tell them niggas, right? I can't fuck with y'all, man. You niggas is hot, man. Yeah, I'm whack as fuck. Yeah, your nigga got bars. I don't know why Yuck signed me and he didn't sign y'all. Yeah, you right, brother. You right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell these niggas. That I don't give a fuck, man. So I feel exactly how you feel. Yeah, man. You can have that shit. You the dopest nigga out. And then that same nigga I was telling that, the same nigga I was telling that to, I don't see his ass next year. You feel me? So I'm gonna tell him when I see him on stage. And just like shout out to we just left Youngstown, Ohio, and our nigga's name was Bottom Buck. They the Bottom Buck niggas. They was on stage, nigga. And when he got on stage, I walked up to him. I said, "You niggas raw as fuck." You feel me? When I know, and I wasn't over exaggerating, not going back to what I'm saying. I tell a nigga on some real shit when he deserve it. I'm gonna tell a nigga, you niggas tight as fuck. And I tell a nigga, you whack as fuck. And I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. That's my motherfucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of...
Hey, tell a motherfucker, hey, man, hey, you better get you another hustle, man.
Man, but shout out to my bottom. I'm telling you, these boys, the boys named Bottom Buck, the Bottom Buck niggas, them niggas raw as fuck. They out of from Kentucky by way of Cincinnati. Them boys on the upcome, and them boys was raw as fuck. And I told them niggas, but then it be them niggas like I say, them niggas was about they grind and really doing their shit. You feel me? But then cause we do a lot of shows. And I watch the opening entertainment. I sit back and watch. I pay attention because I be wanting to see, what niggas doing and what's going on and whatever not. And there was these other niggas from Vegas too when we was in Utah. Them boys was gassing too. But a lot of these motherfuckers, man, go on to sit back, man. Like you said, find your lane, find your niche. Because a lot of niggas trying to sound like.
That's what I hate because you got a lot of, you got a lot of this motherfucking riff-raff shit, man. A lot of these raw motherfuckers can't get on, man. That's what I don't like about the game. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. That shit is foul, man. You know, because you'll never see these dudes, man, because these executives, homie, they don't see it unless it turn into dollars, dog. You know what I mean? They don't respect this shit no more, man. They don't, man. And they just pay attention because that's free, man. You know?
And speaking of that, man, let's get into some of that new shit, because I know the fans like, man, you niggas is homies and shit. We know y'all, chilling. Y'all sit on the phone. You niggas can call each other. Man, let's hit them in the head with some of this new shit, man.
And, you know what I'm saying, fuck with it. But, man, Hutch, you don't know, dude. Like, that song, man, I can listen to that shit. That shit is still relevant, bro. Like, straight up.
What's up, man?
You know what I mean?
Man, you know. Hey, that's what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to be still relevant. It's supposed to have a timeless shelf life. It should never, you know, that's like when you listen to old joints, you know, you still into them like when you first heard them, you know. It shouldn't play out with the fashion. It shouldn't play out with the new shoes. And when the shoes play out, the song play out. You know what I mean?
Hey, Fly, you still got that old school tape of the Black Mafia life, right, bruh? I know you got it still. I know you got it, Fly. Fly, where you at, bro? I know you got that shit. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, hey, Hutch, to be honest, dude, like, you know, that, I tend to go back because, you know, I do appreciate what the shit y'all did, like, straight up. Like, you know, I'm one of them type of motherfuckers that, you know, hey, I appreciate it because I know, especially then, back in the 90s, a lot of people say that era was, like, the best era of music because everybody was winning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their different styles and all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? So,
you know, the labor, you know, how we work, you know, it was for the love, I believe, because, you know, it definitely wasn't for the money because the money wasn't really like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Everybody was definitely on the come up, you know, for, you know, really building their brand and trying to get on and trying to, but it was about the heart, you know what I mean? It was about the diversity, you know what I'm saying? It was about the focus when you went to the studio, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of great MCs in that era, and there was a lot of great cats who got behind music and really believed in music, you know.
No doubt.
Like executives kind of left it alone. That's when it came to hip-hop, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to realize, man, that's a great time for a lot of different reasons, man, you know. A lot of great music came out in the late 80s. I mean, you know, we talk about, like, hip-hop in general, how it became so broad, like, for us, like, in the 80s, you know, it was kind of one-sided. You know, in the 90s, what came is when the West Coast came really strong, you know, Southern California and Northern California hip-hop, we kind of broadened hip-hop as an industry, you know what I mean? And that's when it really bred even some new stuff that came out east and down south, you know what I mean?
Right.
So without that, I think without that movement going on, that 90s movement, I don't really think hip-hop would have lasted that long. I think it would have played out like disco already.
Dead.
It'd be over with, so.
I got a question, too. We're listening and looking. You know, we from the Bay, but back then, was y'all Crips or are y'all Crips? I'm going to ask. You know, Smoking Out Radio want to know. We know we ask the die-hard questions. I don't. We not gang affiliated. We don't choose no sides here, Smoking Out Radio.
Well, like, you know, ain't nobody in our crew gang banging. You know what I mean? So, you know, we grew up in the area like Pomona. You know, if you know, Pomona is small. You know, like I'm from the west side, which is a Crip area. You know, KFG, he from the north side, which he grew up in a blood neighborhood, and Chaos grew up on the north side of Pomona, which he grew up in a Crip area too. You know what I mean? So we was hustlers though. We grew up hustling. So we never was affiliated with that. Like in the 80s, we got money. We was D-boys. We was getting money, dog. You know what I mean? So we wasn't exposed to that, you know, as far as like being on the front line like that, you know what I mean? So, so for us, when people see how, you know, how we could flow through it and people could label us as Crips or Bloods or whatever, that's how we always wanted y'all to think, really. You know what I'm saying? That we were straight, we hood grimy niggas, you know what I mean? We never wanted, Brother-in-law wanted to be that voice for every nigga everywhere. You know what I mean? We didn't want it to just be for the Bloods. We didn't want it to just be for the Crips. We didn't want it to just be for the pimps. We didn't want it to just be for the hustlers. We didn't want it to just be for cats that were educated. So that's why we try to mix a lot of politics and gangster shit together to let it, because that's the mind of a ghetto nigga. You know what I mean? The mind of a ghetto nigga ain't just a Crip. The mind of a ghetto nigga ain't just a pimp. It's politicians. It's, you know what I mean? It's a lot of that shit. You know, it's business people. It's the sharpness in the streets, you know. And that's how we formed the Brother-in-law. And to answer your question, we're a bit of all of that, basically. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt.
For sure, you know, we got to, you know, this smoking lot, motherfuckers want to know. They probably like, man, I don't know, you know, because I used to watch the videos and niggas, I don't know. I couldn't tell. They just was above the law, but I think they was Christian. These niggas like, man, I think they was blood.
That's the thing about the game. When you look at the game and people be like, oh, yeah, you know, who is this? They want to identify you with something, you know. But I can tell you, you know, I done twist with Power Rules and Crips all day long, but that's because I got money as a youngster, you know what I mean?
For sure.
When you're in the streets like that, that's how you going to be. You know what I mean? If you want to make money, you want to choose a side and drink, sit on the corner and drink a 40 ounce. It would say your pants all day and be broke. Yeah, you be out there cooking the blood. You know what I mean? But niggas from my neighborhood that got money, they fuck with everybody.
Everybody. You know what I mean? For sure. So, that's how it's supposed to be.
No doubt. No doubt.
We need to, you know, we got the diehard fans, and niggas probably sitting at home right now like, that's what I'm talking about, homie. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear.
With they 40 and shit, with they 40, like, that's what it is.
Put it like this. You on the phone with a real bona fide dude that's real, you know. I got that number on my back, you know, 25903-112. That's my federal number. I done did mine, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, and niggas be talking dope talk, and I did this and all that. Now, you know, I didn't go to the federal pen, nigga, for writing bad raps. You know what I mean? So when it comes to validation, I don't got to say I'm a Crip. I don't got to say I'm this. I don't got to say none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas know I'm a hood nigga. I'm a street nigga. You know what I mean? But I'm
with
sure.
the shit.
What it is.
Yeah, with the shit.
Hey, Hutch, what's up with the, I know you got a couple of DVDs you're working on, right? Only God Could Judge Me, the DVD.
Yeah, the only guy could judge me. The only guy, yeah.
And then OG since 67, right?
Yeah, Only God Can Judge Me it's like a mini movie. It's 5 of my videos put together, you know, in one. It tells one story. That comes out in August. OG since 1967 is actually it's kind of my life on record. You know what I mean? Like everything you know, as far as the hustle, the music, all the things that me and you and the homie is talking about right now engulfed into a record. It's also going to be a book too. So, you know, check for that. So, yeah, that's going to be a DVD. That's going to be an album and a book. So, you know, dig that. You know, that's like my whole, everything I've been through in the industry, all that shit. You know what I mean? Just real talk from a real dude who kind of like came through the storm. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I done rose up from the streets, fell to the federal penitentiary, now I'm rising up again. So I got a real story to talk about. You know what I mean? Not no fabricated. The feds are taking pictures of me and I'm rapping. And nah, homie. When I was doing that, I got indicted. So if you ain't getting indicted, what are you? You faking. You know what I mean? Say that shit for Scorsese, homie. You know what I mean? I just keep it real, man. I don't, you know, I ain't mad at nobody. Hey, people make great music. But don't lie, homie. You know, cats want to wear teardrops on their face. Cats, I know with teardrops, they did their biz. They did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just do it because of the cool thing, that, you know, the rock. You know what I mean? And I just keep it real. You know,
because the homie did it.
Yeah.
Exactly, because the homie did it, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know,
but they don't know what that mean, homie. They don't know what that mean. They think that's like a, you know, a butterfly, so they don't know what that shit mean, homie. I'm serious, homie. They don't know what that mean, dog. A lot of dudes are pissed off about that, homie. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of dudes is in their feelings over that kind of shit. Niggas rocking teardrops and ain't even did a calendar, homie. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Word. I got you. No doubt. I mean, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, if y'all now really kind of getting up to speed, I mean, this man didn't work with Easy, Dre, Snoop, you know what I mean, so many different people. And not only that, I mean, have classic hits like the track we just played, VSOP, Black Superman, you know what I'm saying? The list is real thick, you know what I mean? What's some of the best memories that you had when you first started? Because I know you still working on your legend, even though you got legendary hits and, you know, the shit you did with Above the Law is classic shit. Right. So what's some of the best memories you had when you first started off this motherfucker?
Well, I think you know, one of my memorable moments, I think, like, you know, I had opportunity to work with Tupac, you know what I mean, when he was Tupac, you know what I mean, not like, you know, after the fact, like, records like, you know, Call It What You Want. It was like, you know, it was just like, hey, come through, smoke something, let's get, you know what I mean? And, you know, and those are the type of memories that I can say, like, in the beginning, that was the fly shit to me, man. You know what I mean? Working with Easy, you know, coming in and just banging shit out, you know. I mean, because the game was really real then, you know what I mean? It wasn't all this call my agent or call my manager.
Oh, niggas really fuck with it.
It was like come through, roll something, homie, and let's do a record, and we have records out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those members, I remember, just breaking bread with Easy, doing records and stuff like that off the fly, homie. Just, we just don't do this, sitting around, I mean, the game is, like I said, the game is just really a problem right now. So my most memorable moments is stuff like that, man, And then, when we made records, the funny thing cats don't really know about when we made records is we actually came to the studio with nothing. Like it's a Monday night. We just come into the studio. We might go club somewhere, hang out or something, and go right to the studio with nothing. Not a beat, nothing. Not a file. People load up beats. No, coming with nothing and just get on the drum and come up with something and make records,
Yeah, nigga, that's how I tell.
Moments. Let me tell you something that's crazy. I watched Dre do Doc's record. No one can do it better. I watched Doc come in and Dre come in, and he just hang out a track, and Doc just get in the booth and bust. That's some memorable shit, man. You know what I mean?
But not even that. It wasn't
come to the studio with an idea and just get on the drum and tell them motherfucker go in the booth and cut the record. No files off my stuff.
Nah, it wasn't no Pro 2. Niggas had real to real. Niggas had real to real.
No track. No motherfucking tracks, email to me,
niggas ate that. Niggas had ate that. Real to real.
Ate that to real.
Real to real. Nigga,
and go in that booth and get it in, dog.
Get it in. Ain't no punching in, nigga. You wasn't none of that. Nigga had to lay the track sound for sound.
Get it in. Nigga, we got a nigga play. With nothing. You gotta cook. Put it like this. You gotta cook from the beginning to the end, homie. You know what I mean? And when we talk about memorable moments in the beginning, that's what really makes you get real chops, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This shit nowadays is hard to get chops like that, man.
Yeah.
And really deep into yourself. And that's why when I did Only God Can Judge Me, that's how I did it. Like I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning at my house and recorded Lord Have Mercy. That was like that was like a beat in my head. I got up and got on my drum and got it in. The whole record I did like that, though. There's no pre-built tracks. All the tracks are built with me coming into the studio and building them. You know what I mean?
Hey, Hutch, Lord Have Mercy, like that track go, man, and that video's real nice, too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
appreciate it. That's
people need to fuck with that heavy, though.
So,
that shit is ill. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, what you said right now, Hutch, is kind of like the conversations I had with Corrupt. Because Corrupt would always tell me, like, you know what I'm saying, they would be in the studio doing, they would be cutting that that Chronic album, right? And they had, they couldn't even go to clubs because they had no money. You know what I mean? All they did was that. They stayed in the studio. They lived in that motherfucker, and they did work.
No pre-recorded beats. Whatever was banging that night, they cut the record to that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. What's up with the phone lines, baby?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take some of these calls real quick. You know what I mean? If y'all want to holler at Big Hutch, you can definitely do it. Call in now. 347-215-8653 is the number. Press 1 and go. Let's holler at this person from the 469. You on the air with Big Hutch on Smoke a Lot Radio. What's up with it?
Oh, man, just chilling. Just call in, give a shout-out to my boy Big Hutch. I always got to, tune in when he talking because he's the only nigga I know that talk the real shit, for real. I love that nigga.
Amen.
What up, guys?
Amen.
What's up with it?
This Angel from Virgo Management, man. I had to tune in and listen to you, man. Every time I see you on the interview, man, I got to tune in and listen because don't nobody speak like you do, bro. Straight up.
That's what's up, man.
Damn, you need to write a book.
It's Compton in the house or what?
Man, always. E5, you already know. Compton, man. Already, man.
Baby over there holding it down.
Man, I got the album too, man.
You know the book is coming. The book is coming.
Man, I'm waiting for it, man. I got the album, too. I'm still stuck on Lord Have Mercy. I'm still trying to get into the album because I'm so stuck on the Lord Have Mercy. I got that shit on repeat.
There you go.
I'm saying, so, but I got, definitely, you got my money. I got the album. That's what's up, man. Much respect, for real.
Well, thank you, baby. Thank you. Love you.
That's what it is. Let me take this one from, from the 617M. In the building on Smoke a Lot Radio with Big Hutch. What's poppin', bruh?
What's up with it, man? What's going on?
What's up with it?
I had to call in. You already know, man. What's up,
what it is.
Yo, what up?
What's going on? I got a question for you, man.
Dude.
Yo, what was it like working with Pac on those songs, or did you do one song with that dude?
Well, I did one song with him, you know, and you know, the only time I ever worked all the way through with him because his mom had hired me to do until the end of time to supervise his record. So, you know, I mean, one thing I can tell you to say, like, yeah, I knew Pac as a person, you know what I'm saying, and I hung out with him all the time. He sat down at my mama's table and we ate food together. You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, that's a cat that's really for real. You know what I mean? And when I supervised until the end of time, I listened to so many records, dog. It was just like, I'm talking about easy, man. I mean, it took me like a month and a half to listen to all the records that I was, you know, had to mix and, you know, produce and put together. You know. But I mean, the dude was just, I mean, I don't want to say people walk on his lines, but, you know, I think music come from, you know, a higher level, and he had that, man, you know. And I feel blessed to even know the cat, man, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right. But are you looking to get into any acting roles, or what's up with that?
Yeah, actually, I am trying to do that, but you know, right now for me, I'm just building my label, Westworld Big Shot, right now. So I'm kind of focused on that. You know, only time you'll see me acting is in my own production. You know, as far as my movie. Well, I'm acting in Only God Can Judge Me, the movie, and you know, so that's just to get my chops. You know, but I've been approached. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I do it. I mean, hey, if the role is right and the money is tight, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna, cause I know Fly too modest to be able to say it, but that man, you know, he's an Academy Award winner actor, so you probably want to get that dude some work too. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. Fly over there quiet right now. That dude's like, you know, Fly, nigga ain't even saying shit. Look at that dude.
Nah, man, you know, I was under the tutelage of Denzel by way of VHS and Betamax in the day. You know, I was under the tutelage of, you know, of Leon, you know, back in the 5 Heartbeats and Robert Townsend. I've been under the tutelage of a lot of black actors by way of DVD and Betamax and VHS. I've been called by Samuel L. Jackson, huh?
You come from a long line of cats with big hats is what you saying, huh?
Yeah, man, you know, I done did a lot of acting classes right here from the couch. You know what I'm saying? I studied with a lot of black actors, a lot of big famous people. So yeah, man,
I'm really for the motion picture, huh? Life for the motion picture. I put your life into it. You always win. No. You know?
Denzel know me if you ask him about me, but don't tell him my real name. He gonna know me though. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I done, you know what I mean? If you watch Mississippi Masala, the nigga that got shot and that sold the one nigga the weed, I was supposed to play that part, but I missed the flight. So and then if you seen, wait, one more. If you seen Boys in the Hood, when Ricky got shot, when Cuba was on top of the fence, it was a nigga in the house peeking out the window. You gotta push the slow button, real slow. When he said Ricky, when he was yelling, yeah, if you look real close at the house on the left, it was a little nigga, like, that was me. But you gotta, I don't even know, you gotta rewind it. You gotta rewind it and hit the slow button. But I done got a few, you know what I mean? I got a few chances, and I was in some shit that you, like, watch Boys in the Hood tonight. Just order it on demand and find it and go to the park where Ricky finna get shot and look by the fence, the house on the left. Right there, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, what we gonna do, Hutch? Hey, we gonna run a couple more tracks, and we gonna come back and let you finish up. You know what I mean? With promoting all the other things you got going on. This is Smoking Live Radio. People, go get that album right now. It's available on iTunes, Amazon. Only God Can Judge Me. I'm telling you, if you want that classic shit, go fuck with it. Go support the homie big time.
Buy all this shit. Don't just buy it. I know, because he was real quick. He was talking about back in the days how this shit. I know you done uploaded everything, all the old albums, the catalog. Buy all that shit. Don't just buy the new shit.
Look. Right now, buy Only God Can Judge Me, yo. And, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Buy the whole album. Experience. You gotta buy the whole album, dog. You know what I mean? So,
buy that. Okay, I don't want to say that because I don't know where the shit going. So, okay, buy Only God Can Judge Me. Buy the new shit. And then go back and refresh your game and get caught up and buy the old shit. Yeah. Because everybody ain't paying. Yo, I keep it 100. Oh, everybody ain't paying? You said everybody ain't paying?
I love it.
That nigga like, oh, buy the new shit. He said, buy the new shit. That shit ain't coming home right now. I gotta go buy the new shit. My fault. We usually tell everybody to buy everything, but buy the new shit. Just buy only the new shit. Don't buy nothing old. If you want to hear anything old, just go Google it and listen.
And,
slap.
Yeah, that's slap,
right? That Shady, the one before that, the rap game Shady, like dope. That's slap. But that right there, I was with the K. What he say? Levert. See, I say, did he say Levert?
Yeah, that's Levert too, man. I did that with my man, Mark Gordon. You know, man, keeping Levert alive, man. So, you know, I had to be a part of that, you know. And a part of the, you know, Westworld Big Shot family as well. So, you know what I mean? So we had that family collabo right there just to keep the Levert legacy going, you know?
That's what's up. So Levert 2, let me get that straight. Levert 2, that's the son, right? That's his son?
Well, see, Levert, that's the cousin, Mark Gordon. You know, he produced all the stuff on Levert. He was the music behind everything.
Gotcha.
Added a new singer. You know, and they doing Levert too, you know, which,
right.
You know, like I said, I know them, and so I had to back they play, you know what I mean, just to keep the legacy alive, you know. I mean, we about music, man. We about the music, you know. I'm a cat that came up about the music, you know what I mean. So when cats say they want to continue to keep going on, you know, it's like after me, you know, I want people to, you know, keep, you know, pumping me up and you know, keeping me moving forward, you know, in the future. We're, you know, cats that do music and put ourselves out there, you know, as artists or whatever, you know, we have, you know, we're blessed with the fact that we can live forever through our music. You know, our kids, you know, can grow to it. You know, our grandkids, you know, so on and so on, you know. So I just want to be a part of that, and that's Levert 2 that's coming out soon, and that's going to be through Big Shot Music Group as well. So, you know,
that's what's up.
That, you know, and that's our third video. Let's Get Naked is my third video. Only God can.
That's what's happening. And y'all don't forget, fuck with Hutch on this Westworld on Big Shot Music. You can actually go to www.bigshotmusic.net. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's where you can go get the album. That's where you can go see the video. That's where you can go ahead and get all your shit. You know what I mean? And fuck with this dude. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I know we mentioned. Hey, I know we mentioned you know, your DVDs and shit like that, but you got. You know, I heard something about that OG since '67 or something like that too, right? Is that like more like a documentary or something like that?
It's not really a documentary. It's just kind of like through music, I just do a lot of things that everything that I was influenced with, like all my fusion, like, you know, what I fuse, like a lot of jazz, rock, funk, hip-hop, but I do it on some gangster shit. So it's just things that I was influenced with my music and, you know, things that my father influenced me by, my uncle influenced me. You know, I'm incorporating that. And then my whole movement in far as the music, like you talking about, you know, I'm actually putting that in the body of an album, you know, because like I did Only God Can Judge Me. I did it like saying like I want to do all the records that I just want to do and I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. That's kind of like you know, it was kind of like cinema on music. So my next piece, cinema on music, will be OG since 1967, which is more. It's not like a documentary. It's more like everything that I've done engulfed into one thing, you know.
Gotcha.
And it's a book that go with it. So the book go with the album, you know. So.
Oh, that's heavy. I mean, you staying active, and that's always a good look. But like I said, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people definitely need to fuck with, you know, some history and learn a little bit more about you and appreciate, you know, the shit that you've done and that you continue to do. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure you don't have to do the shit. You know what I mean? You do it for the love of what you do. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I love to do it, man. You know,
and
you know, in a have-to-do situation, the way the music industry is going, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So I love to do it. That's why I put my body into it. You know what I mean? I put everything, my body, my mind, my body, and my soul into it, man. You know, the gift that God gave me, man, you know, I got to bless the world with it, man, you know, because that's why he give it to us. You know, cats got to get off their soapbox, man. For me, man, I did it so long, man. You know, cats, I done forgot stuff that, you know, that you know, they'll never learn. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as the digital age is really, you know, it hinders us, you know, because it makes us lazy, y'all. You know what I mean? So, you know, if I had MySpace, iTunes, Your Tunes, Her Tunes, They Tunes, I mean, it'd be crazy if this was out in the 90s. You know what I mean? But our work ethic, I mean, people like, oh, Tupac, he did this and he did that. I'm like, well, we came up in the era that's how you had to work, dog. If you didn't do that, you wasn't going to eat. It don't matter. That was our focus. You know what I mean?
Word up.
You didn't eat, man. So, you know, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. And so
no, it's all love, and you know,
and
you know, Hutch,
Mm-hmm.
And Hutch, Smoke a Lot Radio is definitely one for, you know what I'm saying, collaborating, networking, building bridges and shit like that too. So, you know, before it's all said and done, I definitely gotta hear a Hutch collabo with
Nexxlegacy.